Hello all, in this video I am going to explain how to draw knuckle joint using AutoCAD. The first step you need to do after AutoCAD is you have to set the units. Make sure that it is millimeters and change the precision to 0.00. Now we need to set the limits of our drawing. So type limits in the command prompt. So the lower limit should be 0,0. Hit enter and then upper limit is 400, 400. Okay, so now I need to zoom and type A for all. So this will complete our basic setting. Now we'll have a look on the knuckle joint 2D diagram, which is here. So first we'll start by drawing the fork end. So I'm turning on the ortho and I'm drawing the center line of the fork end upper one. So now I'm changing the line type to then loading the type of the line, then selecting the center line, clicking OK. Don't forget to change the global scale factor to 0.6 and current object scale to 0.6 and click OK. So if you are not seeing that, so you have to go to this show details tab, which is available here. Okay, then you will be able to access that. Okay, so some of the cases it will be like that, so we can use that step. Okay, now to apply that, you click on that and change it here to center line. Now your line will become the center line. Now I'm going to draw the top part of the fork end. So using the track option and told on the top of the fork end. So and 18 and completing the top part of the fork end. Now I am going to mirror the part since it is symmetrical. So I am selecting the object and then hitting enter. Then I am selecting the axis by clicking on the endpoints and then hitting enter. Okay, now I need to go to the center point to draw two circles. Okay, so that is at a distance of 14 and 30. Now I need to draw the circles. So first the circle is drawn. Now the second circle is of diameter 64. So these things I'm drawing. I'm just checking the linear dimension. It is 33. So it is 30. Okay. As per the front view and top view of forkand I have given a print previously. You can take a snapshot of it and you can refer. Now I'm going to zoom that part by drawing a box around it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to extend this line to the circle drawn. Okay. Now again the inside line also I'm going to extend to the circle drawn like this. Okay. Now I have to trim the unnecessary part which is there. So okay, so I'm trimming. So this is not possible, so I'm extending the center line and to other side also. Now I will trim those unwanted parts. Okay, so then this part also I will trim. Now I need to draw the backside of that. For that, firstly I will extend this line to the up to the curve. Okay. Now I'll take the this track, and I know that from there it is 104, and there it is. Okay. Now I'll complete that, and this portion I cannot delete it directly, so I will use trim option to delete this inside part which is not required. And also one more part which is here has to be trimmed, so that I got the uh, top part. Now I can mirror the part downwards to get the full portion of the half of the um, forehead. Now selecting the parts, after I am comfortable, and I will hit enter. Then I will select this axis and hitting enter. Now I will get the full part. Now I have to draw the back side. For that I am clicking and putting my thing on there, and at some random distance. So top distance should be 12.5 because the full distance is 25 if you see on the diagram. Then I am mirroring the top part. Selecting object and hitting enter, and I will click on this and I will hit enter. Okay. So backside, if you see, you will uh, a curved portion that is drawn by using the spline command. Make sure your ortho is off. So then I'll click on the end point and then middle, then other end point, then middle, then the other end point, then middle of that point, then end point, then right clicking and then clicking on the ender to complete the spline. Now I don't want this line, so I'm deleting it. Okay. Now the important part is a slot kind of thing is coming inside the. For that I will use the polygon command. So I will draw a polygon first of each side. Okay. Then I will move the polygon. I will select the object and select the object, then type a move, then hit enter, then about the center part, and I will move up to wherever the line terminates. Okay, up to there only I could. Then I am extending my line. Okay, then again repeating the move command and hitting enter. Select object and hit enter, and then select the center, and I am manually moving it. And what I am doing is I am projecting using track option, and then from there I am using that. Then I will use mirror. Okay, before that I have to use the curved portion which is coming there. For that I am going to use, so I know that this is at a distance of 36. Okay, so I will use, so from there I will use track option, then I will type 36, then I will put my line after put my line like this to get an idea of this. Then I will use the cut and radius curve. So note this. So from bottom start, then end, then use some radius. Okay. So I will delete this. Okay. Now I will mirror these points downwards. This two line and a curve downwards. So that I will get that. Then I will click on this horizontal line and hit enter, and I will get that part. Now after this, what I will do is I have to draw that For that I will use offset command. Offset distance is 2 mm. Okay, so I will offset backwards. Okay, like this. I will use a 3 point mark. Okay, so then from this end point, okay, the other end point, then on the middle, then the other end point. Okay, similarly by hitting the space button I will get the command again, then again hitting space button, then on the middle and the other end point. In the other two lines I can delete, so this line and this line I'm deleting. Now after this I can go for drawing the eye end. So I know that eye end distance, the end point of the eye end is at a distance of, so firstly I will make, and I will click on the line and I will track this point, and I know that one of the end point is at a distance of 86 from the center, so I'll mark that point there. Then what I will do that I will mirror some of these similar drawings. Okay, so I will use the mirror command. Then I will select the object by drawing. So these things are similar if you see the diagram. Then hitting enter, then mirror about, I will click the center line. Okay, then hitting enter. Now I will move this part which I mirrored, okay, to the about this point, and so this point should be at a distance of 86 from the center. So I am aligning it to that line. Now I can delete this line. Okay. Now I will use the distance which is at a distance of 24 from the center, the other point of the end. So you can always draw 24, and I am finishing it here. Now I'm going to extend the end remaining lines to the line which I have drawn now. Okay, so this line as well as this line I'm going to extend. Also the slots for um, putting your nut will be same on the fork end and eye end, so I'm going to extend those two lines. Okay, so again going to use the extend command. I will extend this line again to here. Okay, now I've got this. This is a full slot where the our, okay, now I have to complete some extra parts which I have forgot to for the fork end. Now I will use track option. From the center I will use track option. Okay, now I will complete that. Now I can mirror the part downwards also. Then hit enter. I will click on the center line to complete that part. Now forkend and end is completed. Now I have to model those shadings which is there. Okay, okay, so firstly I'll draw the head of the nut. Okay, so, for that, um, based on the dimension which I have already shown you, this is the distance of 38. Okay, so I have terminating. Okay, from there I am using track option, and total height is 80, so I will use track option from here. Okay, I will get that point and join there, again taking line and completing. I can also, I'm just showing you, you can also use mirror options, but here I'm going for line option directly joining. Okay, you can also use mirror option. This center line I can pull it downwards. Similarly, I will pull it upwards. I'll make it the center line. Now I will, for shading, I need to draw splines and two sides to make that area closed. Okay, so I'll click on that, and make sure the ortho should be off. Okay, so I'm offing the ortho, clicking on endpoint, then on the center, and then other endpoint, then right clicking, and then click hitting enter, not hitting and right clicking on the enter, again spline, endpoint, then on the middle, then other point, middle, then other line. Okay, then right clicking, then clicking on the enter. Okay, now for shading I have to go for hatch option which is there. Okay, we need to click on that, and I need to select the, change the pattern to NSA 131, NSA 31, and select those and click on complete. And now again, and here the hatching should be to other direction, so change this angle to 90, and then click on the closed areas, close the surfaces where you have to, and close. Now we need to model the collar and the taper pin. Okay, by unleashing the front view and top view given, the taper pin passes uh, through the center, which is at a distance of 10 mm from the bottom. Okay, so I'm tracking and typing the 10 mm. So here will be the center. Okay. On the ortho, I'm completing the center line which is there by drawing it backwards. Okay, I will change the type of line to center. Now I need to draw the collar and the taper pin through it. Okay, so instead of that I have to go for the center and use track option. Now I'll use the mirror option. Instead of drawing it again after trimming, I'll mirror the part again. Selecting the objects which you want to mirror, then hitting enter, then selecting the axis. Okay, then also hitting enter, that enter work. Okay, Now I need to draw the taper pin. For that again I will use the track option. So 2.5 downwards and 2.5 upwards. The total length of the taper pin is 44, so I will use 22 there. Then upwards 5 mm, which is given there. Then total length is 44. I will type and hit enter. I will come down is 5 mm and then complete there. Now I don't want some of the inside part, so I will trim it up. So this will complete my front view. Okay, so one more thing is I need to draw that those endpoint splines for the taper pin also. So I'll use the spline command. Endpoint, make sure is auto is off. Endpoint at the middle, then endpoint and other middle. Endpoint. Okay, this is not working properly. Maybe we'll use escape. Again spline command. From here I will go on the middle and then point, then on the middle, then endpoint, then right click and then click on the enter to complete it. I will mirror this point and hit enter, then select this as the axis, then hit enter. So again I will repeat the step, selecting that and hitting enter, then selecting this axis and hitting enter. So I don't want this part, so I will delete this thing. Now I have completed the front view. Now I have to go to top view and then complete the side view. So before drawing the top view, I need to extend the center line downwards first. This can be done then by clicking on the line and then drawing down the center line downwards like this. Okay. Now I need to construct the XY line. We'll just on the side of the. So this is the XY line separating for. So this is the XY line separating front view and top view. Okay. Now if you observe carefully the front view and top view, there is some of the objects are common. So like this, these two endpoints, I am going to mirror it. So if you see it clearly, so I will use box select to get these points. After I am satisfied, I will click on enter. Now I will click on the mirror about like this and then click on no, or you can also hit the enter button to complete it. So now I can also mirror the center line now for drawing the circle. So mirror option, then click on the object and hit enter, mirror about the same section XY line, then hit on enter. After that I am going to draw the surface which is corresponding to the end and fork-end top views. So make sure you have selected the circle center diameter option. So 48 first circle. So one more circle corresponding to the um, head of the bolt will come. Okay. Also I need to draw, which is at a diameter of 38 if you observe carefully then. And now I am going to trim the extra parts which is there. After I am satisfied, I am clicking escape button to complete. Now I need to extend the sum of the lines which is available. So I will use the extend command and I will extend this line to the circle. Okay. Now I need to trim some of the parts. So I will use the trim option and I will trim these two lines. These two curve lines. Okay. Now I need to get this taper pin also to the top view. So I'm adjusting the center line. The taper pin can be moved down by using the move or copy option. Okay. The problem with using the move option is, if you use move option, the object from your previous position is shifted to the new position, which is not which I want. I need to make a copy of it and move to the previous, but I will show you both the cases. So I will use move option. I will select this since I want to move. Then hit enter. Move about the point and I can move it and place it wherever I want. But this is not desirable. Why? Because the object has been moved from the original position to the new position, which is not I want. I want to maintain my position there and it has to be moved. Okay. So then it is better to use the copy option. Then hit enter. Then about that point you copy and paste it on the line and click on the escape button to complete the command. I will trim some of the parts this main shape. Then after completing, I will click on escape button to complete my task. So after I completed the top view, now I'm moving on to the side view. Okay. So for side view, I'm actually basically projecting my distances. So this distance I'm taking it. I'm using track option. I'm clicking on this point and this point. Okay. Then I will take the line and I will take these extreme points. Okay. And I will put my ortho off. And for transferring this distance, I will use I will draw, then use the tab option. Okay, so I will click on this and extend my line above the XY line, use tab option and then type 45 and hit enter. Okay, then deleting these lines. I don't want this line also. Now I need to get the center line also there. Okay, so basically I will draw my line above the XY line like this. So I will basically from the point I'll draw above XY line, then use tab, then enter 45 and hit enter. That's what I'm doing. If you have difficulty practice, so this is basically my center line. Okay, which will come on the side view like this. And I'll make the change the property to center line by clicking on that. I have come into by layer and change the center. I will move the center of the polygon to the original center by clicking on that and moving the polygon to the center. Now I'll use the track option and take the tracking from here. Okay, then complete the rectangle which will come on the side view. So I'll use the tracking from here. The tracking option is very useful as you are seeing here. So I can take tracking from every point like this. Clicking on escape button to complete matrix. Now I need to draw the side view corresponding to the head and bottom of the, so the circle will correspond to the circle is also drawn. So these projection lines I may not require now, so I am deleting it. Okay. So now I am going to draw top of the pin. Okay. So for that I am using the tracking option. Then I will put this also top head dimensions I have taken. Then drawing line above the XY line is tab option, then 45 and hit enter. Drawing line above XY line is tab option and then hit enter. Then trim these points. So you can follow the steps which I have given like this. Okay. Complete the side view like this. Over here I have made a mistake, so instead of drawing the side view, so it is up to here only. Okay. So I'm drawing that. So now I can trim the unnecessary parts. Up to here only it will come. Okay. Now those projection lines I can delete. Okay. Now I need to draw the bottom portion of the pin which is there, center line, and just copying about that point and keeping on the center. In the vertical center I'm just pulling it downwards up to the XY line. Now this also I can project and do. So I'm not doing that. I'll just use the dimensions which is there and use the track from the front view. So I know the dimensions which is a 12, then I'll use the tracking option from here. Now I need to draw the circle corresponding to the temple pin on the side. The temple pin diameter is 5 mm, so I'm hitting enter, so I have completed the side. Now only some adjustment is remaining. So now we need to beautify the plot by writing the front view, top view, and all. So before that you have to change the text size. Okay, so make sure you are typing text size on the command window. Okay, from this. Okay, text size text size. Okay, then hit enter. Then now the initial value will be shown. It was 2.5. Now change it to 6. Then take the multi-line text and draw a box. Change the justification to middle center. Now we can write whichever whatever you want. So this is basically the front view. So I'm writing it and click on close. Now I can also repeat the same steps or copy or move. So if I copy, as I already told you, the original thing will be there, and I can, so just positioning the views. So again, don't use move. Okay, so you have to use copy option. Then hit enter. Then I go this point and copy it. I will rename. Just by double clicking, you can rename. Okay, so this should be top view, and this is side view. Precisely this left side view which will come on right hand side. So I'm naming it as on the left side. It has left side. Okay. Now the only thing remaining is dimensioning. The dimensioning, I'm going to layer properties and selecting the new layer and naming that to dimension. So this is done for ensuring. So dimension should be on a different layer. So I'm changing the color to red. Okay. I'm clicking OK. So this is done such that, so if I don't want dimensions, I can switch off the dimension line. For that reason I'm doing. Okay, so here before that you need to change that, come to annotate, then so ISO 25, then here you need to change the fit to overall scale 2.5 I'm using. So based on your requirement you change. Okay. Now for dimensioning, what you have to do is come to home screen, then take the linear dimension if you want to dimension the linear. So I'll show you one or two examples. So here I want to dimension the height, so I will use, so you see it is not coming red, so make sure you have changed the layer to dimension layer, then you dimension it. Okay, so now our red color is also coming. Now if you want to dimension the diameter, so change here to diameter, then click on the circle part which you want to dimension. Now again I will show you. You want to dimension this and position the dimension accordingly, so it will look nice. Okay. Okay, this will complete, right?